Good afternoon. My name is Christopher Pollard at Liberty University, and we're going to start Triad Practice Session 2. And today, working with Miss Desiree, we're going to go over her eco map. Can you give me a brief description of your map and introduce yourself, please?
Hi, I'm Desiree Bellamy, and today I have with me my map, my eco map. My eco map is comprised of myself, my family, and my priorities in life, the things that are important to me and that I feel shape who I am.
That's awesome. So I take it from that was your inspiration for doing your map, your family, some of your priorities, what helped shape you.
Yes, it is.
Awesome. And so we want to begin. I would like to begin with, of course, you. You're the center of the map. So can you tell me a little bit about you, your self care, you personally?
Um, I am the one of the principal people in my family. I have myself and my spouse. My self care and everything about me revolves around my family. They are my focus. I try to set time aside for myself. I try to spend as much as I can with them because they are my focus. They're what relieves me and what gives me clarity.
Oh, that's awesome. And as I see here, you have you have your family. You know, can you tell me a little bit about your husband, your daughter, and your dog?
My husband is active duty military. He is a logistician by trade. My daughter is starting her first year of college. She is a freshman at the University of North Carolina, Charlotte. She plans to become a sports attorney. My dogs are Leo and Lila. They are tiny dogs. Together, they weigh a total of 10 pounds. They're feisty and have a lot of character, but they're part of the family. The smallest one is the boogie
Well, that's
at
awesome.
2 pounds.
I like to say thank you for your service. You and your husband, thank you for your service. Um, what the question I would like to ask you is it stressful having a daughter in college? How is that?
Well, in the beginning, it was. I was stressed by the idea that I won't get to determine what time she goes to bed, make sure she does her homework and all of that other stuff, which honestly I've never really done, but I kind of oversee or I ask about it. I can't go in her room and knock and check on her. She's not that close anymore. So that was a big stressor for me. I was always worried, is she eating? Does she have what she needs? Is the car working? Just all of that stuff. But now it's like, hey, it's more time for me. I get to do me stuff now. So while I love her and I miss her, I love having that me time again. A little on the selfish side, but it's me time.
I completely understand. I look forward to having some me time myself someday, as I have some small children. How do you and your daughter communicate?
FaceTime.
FaceTime. That's awesome. What's like what we're doing today?
Right. FaceTime is the primary source of communication. I don't think we ever really used the phone to dial numbers. She just think, and there she is, and it's fun. It's
Yeah.
fun. It's almost like I could reach out and touch her, and she's silly and goofy, and she makes me laugh.
All right.
So
That must be a relief too to be able to see her face. To be
it
able to instead of because it's probably better than just talking on the phone. You get to at least see her face because I know as what we do, definitely going into the role of being a social worker. I've worked with some people and tried to counsel some people. You can kind of read a lot from their emotions or whatever in their face. So you've been able to see her and kind of you'll know how things are kind of going with her by being able to see her, right?
It actually, you're right. It is better because she could tell me anything. She can be like, "Oh, mom, I'm fine," and be upset, and I wouldn't know. But at least with FaceTime, I see her. I see that smile. I see she's happy. I see her room. I know where she lives. So it's almost like being there. It's the next best thing.
And that leads me to my next question because I had asked you about was it stressful, and I'm sure that being able to do that kind of alleviates the stress, or kind of you feel comfortable knowing that I can see these things. I know she's fine. There's no need to worry.
It's definitely is. It definitely relieves a lot of stress.
Awesome. So moving along here as we go around your map. Um, so I see you have schoolwork, school and home life. School and home life. Can you tell me a little bit about how the two go hand in hand?
School and home life. Honestly, I think school has become home life more than it becomes school because they seem to just, well, home life seems to be pushed apart by school. I feel like I'm always in some book or another or writing some paper or a project. So home life now is getting less. Also because the family is kind of shrunk. It's only two of us and of course the doggies, but there's one less person that requires my attention, so her time is now becoming school time. So it seemed like the home life is shrinking and the school life is just taking over.
So, in your environment, home and school, how has school and homework affected your life at home with your husband, being able to go travel and do things of that nature? How has it affected? And has it caused any, undue stress?
We travel less. Before we would just get in the car and when we get to the road, whichever light turns green first, that's the direction we go. We used to travel in Washington. There was only one major highway, I-5 North and I-5 South. So whichever light turns first, that's the direction we just travel. We have fun and we come back after the weekend. If we end up in Oregon or wherever we end up, Seattle or anywhere near there, that's where we spend the weekend. Now we can't do that anymore. There's schoolwork. He doesn't like to travel when I have homework due because he said it makes no sense to spend a lot of money just so I can be in a book. So that has affected the family travel and the things we do together. But on the other side, he's looking forward to me to get my degree so he can close the book and literally throw it out the window. At least that's his plan.
Plan, right?
He doesn't literally do it, but he's ready to see me get rid of those books.
Absolutely. And thank you for sharing that bit of information. I know that's a little personal, but definitely I experienced the same. We used to traveling a lot, and then now you can no longer travel as much because hey, I got this paper due, or like what we're doing now, we have to be able to get to a point where we can sit down and talk face to face and be able to communicate. A lot of that stuff takes time, and it can cause some undue stress when the other person is used to traveling. But you guys have a good understanding, and I'm certainly happy to hear that.
Thank you.
You're welcome. So next, friends. How do your friends fit into your environment?
Sadly, they too have had to take a back seat in my life. Um, we still have major functions that are mandatory that we use to as catching up time to reach out and you know still foster that relationship. It's a little more difficult, but thankfully we have those mandatory situations where we have to be together and we make the best of it.
So, give me an example of what time was like before school and what time is like now.
What time is before school?
How were things with your friends before? You
Oh,
got into your schoolwork, and how are things now?
Um, my friends have families of their own too. So our priority has always been family first and then the friendship. We try to build that relationships. Our relationship normally exists during deployments mainly, and that's because, well, we have each other 24/7. However, when we come back to what we call the real world, we recognize that it is not quite as easy and we have other obligations. So we use mandatory functions such as dinners, dining out, going away to spend time together. We do lunches during the day, or we see each other before meetings, or anything to that effect to kind of keep the friendship. But as far as doing stuff now after classes, getting together, we rarely do, unless it's a function that's predetermined by higher up above us.
Got you. But I still think that's a good plan. At least you have planned functions in there, so you still get some time with your friends. Because, as I want to lead into my next question with you, do you consider friends, is that an important piece in your environment? Having friends, or would you be just as good if you didn't have friends in your environment?
I think my friends are important because they know what I do, they understand what I go through, and they can relate to my life. I think everyone needs someone to talk to, and regardless of how tough you are, how strong, how basically how you feel you could do everything on your own. We all need someone to talk to, someone to reach out to. I think that is part of the self care plan, having that person to support you. Even if they just listen to you, you need someone in your life.
I
And my friends, because they have that background, which is the same as mine, it makes it so much easier for them to communicate and understand what I'm going through.
I totally agree with you. It's good to have that outlet that be able to bounce back off things with other people. So moving along, work. How does work fit into your environment?
Work is always that number one priority. Nothing beats out work. Nothing beats out work. It's probably work, homework, and family. Unfortunately, that is the order because work is not one of those tasks you could just quit and not go.
Absolutely.
Work is that it's the primary thing. You got to be there. You got to do it.
Absolutely.
Everything else comes secondary.
Absolutely. Would you agree that we probably spend more time at work than we do at home with our family or friends?
Yes, we do. Yes, we
Absolutely.
do. We're
So
there from the before the sun rises and
when
leave
it
after the sun
goes
sets.
down, absolutely. So work is obviously key to us, key to our environment. And so for you, how are things at work? Are things stressful? Are they, are they good? Where are things at for you at work? How are things for you?
I believe work is what you make it. You set the stage for what will come. You go in there, put your best foot forward, then it makes it a little easier. But if you go in there with all the negativity and pressure, then it makes it a lot harder to endure. Especially when you think of how long you will be there, because some days can be 24 hours. I feel as though it's something I want to do. It's a choice I made, and while it may not be the exact place I want to be, it's definitely what I love. I enjoy doing. I love it. So I roll with the punches.
Oh, that's a great answer. I'm glad to hear that. Um, you hit that well balanced. So it sounds like to me that you have balanced work, school, and homework and life. And that leads me to my next question. Roman Catholic, your religion, wonderful religion, beautiful religion. Tell me, how does that fit into your environment?
I have to admit, on a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being extremely successful, I'm a negative 2.
Oh, my.
As far
Please
as
explain.